We have 6 back-to-back after a Merseyside Derby win against the Everton. AD, normal service resuming, I see.
Listen, man, belts to asses. We know what time it is. 21. Well, they never done. Listen, they never done 21. The Liverpool arse kicking tour rolls right down to Southeast London. Go and get a ticket. Down like hot kicks in the moment. What are you telling me? What do you want to know about Saturday? What do you want to? What do you want to know?
Can I ask a question?
Go on, man. Of course you can.
Do you agree with my assessment? And when I say that Liverpool seem to start games very well, have a strong, dominant performance, and then in the latter 25 minutes of the game, they tend to take their foot off the gas and just allow the other teams to get back into the game. Do you think that is by design, or do you think there's some sort of, I don't know, maybe fatigue or structuring that means that you guys just don't seem to finish as strong as you start?
That's an interesting question because Liverpool haven't gone behind this season, and we've built up a 2-goal lead in 3 out of 5 games. But yeah, as you say, Oscar, in the games where either A, surrender the lead, or B, we're sort of clinging on, and there's clearly a drop in level from the first half to the second half. And for the life of me, I can't quite put my finger on it because it's more than just lack of concentration, or it's more than to say the God's honest truth. I really, really don't know. And I'll hopefully I don't have to work it out. But yeah, because it is odd. Because I give you an example. In that Everton game, we were swashbuckling. Like, it was beautiful. They couldn't lay a glove on us. Gravenberch was sourcing on the fields. But then second half, all of a sudden, Grealish is getting into it. I don't know. I mean, can you help me? I'm actually stumped. I can't actually tell you from a tactical standpoint why I think it is.
I mean, yeah, it seems like in the beginning you just blitz teams with your quality. Like, it seems like nobody can hack it. And I don't even think Everton played bad in the first half. I think Everton had some good moments.
I think Everton were in the game.
It was a clear sign of quality just shining through, that when Liverpool were breaking into the final third, they were finding the right pass and getting the shots off. But when it got to the second half, it just felt like you lost a little bit of that.
I'm not saying this is what it is, but do you think the Liverpool players sometimes feel like the game is already won, therefore they take it down? Like,
here's the thing. I might have thought that after the Bournemouth game, but then you learn from that. No, then you might have thought that after the Newcastle game, but then you learn from that. No, then you might have thought that after the Atletico game. Because look, I can tell you from a tactical standpoint in this particular game, I think Beto offered them absolutely nothing. And when they brought on Barry, it was a bit more of a focal point. His link-up play was a little bit better. It allowed them to get further up the field. Because I can't sit here and tell you who performed poorly in the second half. Is it maybe a new team sort of gelling together? Did they maybe need a few more games and a few more reps to be able to? They can execute a good 45 minutes or a good half hour, but it's not necessarily a good 90 because they're still grafting. Like, Szoboszlai's still running hard. Gravenberch is still trying to do his thing. So I'm not sure is a simple. And if you actually look at the finish as well, that's just an excellent finish from Idrissa Gueye of all people. You know what I mean? Where I think ball's clipped in, it goes over Kirkis's head. I think Ndiaye tees up Idrissa Gueye 2-1. The ascendancy switches. Now Everton built up some confidence. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think as well, when you look at Arne Slot this year from last year, I feel like this year he's going a bit more attacking. And I think there comes a moment in the games where, everyone has their moment. Everyone gets their spell of like 10, 20 minutes, depending on the match. It's just that I've noticed it more so at Anfield, that when the opposite team kind of gets a lot going for them, that the crowd also kind of gets a little bit nervous. So that the whole stadium feels nervous. And then it looks like Liverpool are under more pressure than they probably are. I don't know about the away legs, about the away games.
There was a 10-man Newcastle side that scored twice against them.
Yeah, true.
So, look, Liverpool have by far and away been the best team in the league, won every game. Not much to complain about, but it's just something I've noticed, and I didn't know if it was something.
I have a theory.
Go on.
I think that Slot's style with the players involved, I don't think that attack can be sustained over 90. I think that the midfield that Slot has is very much an athletic midfield, but it's not a midfield that can endure tussling for 90. And so I think there's enough quality to do what happened against Everton and be clinical enough, specifically when Isak comes into the fold, where Liverpool can beat teams regularly. But what I think that's the difference between probably Liverpool's midfield and Arsenal's midfield, where Arsenal have sustained suffocation over 80 minutes, 70 minutes of the game. You're not getting out as easily as you would be in your out of your box as you would with Liverpool, because I don't think their midfielders are built for it. I think Gravenberch is the shining light they have defensively in midfield, and Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai's season has been quite consistent offensively. Defensively, we're still yet to see what he's on in midfield. He's been good at right back when he's had to slot in, but I don't know. This is what I kept telling you guys in a group chat and in the podcast. If I'm Liverpool, I'm going for Belieber. Like, I think they needed extra legs in midfield to be able to sustain this over the summer, which is why I said defensive midfield and a centre-back would be more essential to me than Isak. So now you're going to have to win games. Oscar, I think it's by design. I think that the style of play that Slot has requires so much risk in midfield that you're going to have these games regularly. Where Liverpool will concede because Liverpool cannot. Like, I don't know if you lot remember the transitions that PSG kept having against last season. Every time PSG broke, it was cutting past McAllister, cutting past Gravenberch, because I don't think that, like, where you have somebody like João Neves that can sweep up loose balls like quickly, Liverpool don't have that in 70, 80 minutes. I think Gravenberch, like you saw in the Newcastle game, very good for 30 minutes. And then he dips, because what it requires to be that attacking is Newcastle's midfield. And I don't think it's sustainable because of the type of midfielders that they have versus the type of football that they want to see, in my opinion.
Guys, you know what? This conversation has opened my eyes and it's got me thinking. For Ernest, probably what you were saying has kind of hit home the point. As much as I love the midfield, I think maybe McAllister's maybe the closest that we've got to this, but obviously his form's been ropey, he's been in and out of the side. I don't think we've got a midfield linchpin. And what I mean by that is I don't think we've got that metronomic figure in the midfield that can cool a game down. So you're right. So we're in Slot year one. He's very much, we're all banging the drum every single week. Oh, he's risk adverse. He likes to play it safe. I think what you find, particularly because as much as I love Gravenberch, I don't necessarily think that metronomic element is to his game.
He doesn't fit those dynamics at all. But I think what we're experiencing is shock, because at Ajax he wasn't this player. At Bayern Munich he wasn't this player, and all of a sudden, like, that's why I kept telling people I don't think any single midfielder can make a shout for like midfielder of the year last season, because Gravenberch had a good half, Rice had a good half, McAllister had a good half, Caicedo had a good half. But I don't think anyone could say they dominated the midfield conversation in the Premier League last year, which is why I believe Liverpool wanted to go and grab two players from Crystal Palace in Adam Wharton and Guehi, because I think I think Slot knew, like, I need a midfielder. And you're right, the real, like, Vitinha, Xavi, Toni Kroos help us recycle possession when we've Jorginho, when we lose the ball. Liverpool don't have it. Like, I think McAllister's an anomaly. I think he's a good player, but he's the closest we've got to it. He's the closest you got to it, and I think McAllister can be a quarterback, but I don't think he can sustain it. He's very good in short spaces. McAllister, for me, when that Argentina performance 2023, to me, will go down. He was amazing because every little loose ball that Messi needed to get clean up, he clean up. But I think obviously international football to me is different than club football. I think the Premier League is a different conversation entirely. So Liverpool, yeah, I said it in the summer when we did the preview for the season. Liverpool need a defensive midfielder and need a centre back.
You did say it.
I'm not shocked at anything because I'm looking at Szoboszlai like I think Szoboszlai has the attributes of a good box-to-box midfielder, but do you have the quality?
No, but again, box to box, but not a controller.
He's not a controller. You know.
That's a great question because it's actually got me thinking, and I think a lot of what Arne said, it's like it was sort of knocking at the door. But yeah, I think that's literally where it is because even like a Kobe, even like a Zubamendi. Let's use him for an example. You call him boring, you call him whatever. It just recycles it, keeps it ticking, and ultimately, when you're able to suffocate the game, you stop the attack, you stop the opposition from being able to attack to build up that momentum, and equally you give yourselves just. I mean, we hear these phrases all the time, like rest defense or whatever have you, but they're real things. So yeah, excellent question and excellent.
Again, for